بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فرب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي وقل رب أدخلني مدخل صدق وأخرجني مخرج صدق واجعل لي من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا بسم الله وبالله وتوكلت على الله. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Verse number 102 of chapter Al-Baqarah, second chapter of the Holy Book of Quran. This verse is starting from Wattaba'u and we have reached to this part. And I started from the first, recite it, and we will reach that part. Inshallah, we'll start explaining from that part. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَاتَّبَعُوا مَا تَتْلُو الشَّيَاطِينُ عَلَى مُلْكِ سُلَيْمَانَ وَمَا كَفَرَ سُلَيْمَانُ وَلَكِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ كَفَرُوا يُعَلِّمُونَ النَّاسَ السِّحْرَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى الْمَلِكَيْنِ بِبَابِلَ هَارُوتَ وَمَارُوتَ وَمَا يُعَلِّمَانِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ حَتَّى يَقُولَا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ فِتْنَةٌ فَلَا تَكْفُرْ فَيَتَعَلَّمُونَ مِنْهُ مَا يُفَرِّقُونَ بِهِ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَزَوْجِهِ وَمَا هُمْ بِضَارِّينَ بِهِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ وَيَتَعَلَّمُونَ مَا يَضُرُّهُمْ وَلَا يَنْفَعُهُمْ وَلَقَدْ عَلِمُوا لَمَنِ اشْتَرَاهُ مَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ وَلَبِئْسَ مَا شَرَوْا بِهِ أَنفُسَهُمْ لَوْ كَانُوا يَعْلَمُونَ. The brief of story or the situation that was prevailing in the Israelite society at that time, and it was being continued as the social heritage of those people and the culture of those Israelites from hundreds of years. Allah is telling us, and why is that it is told by Allah to us? Because Allah wants to explain that reason behind they are not accepting the prophethood of the last prophet is that they are following wrong steps. They are practicing those kind of practices which will not allow them to come to believing of this prophet, because when they come to this belief, and they will be prevented from those practices and those wrongdoing and whatever they are keeping in their society. So Allah is telling what are they have in their society, and that societal practice is explained here, and that is doing sorcery, practicing sorcery, learning sorcery, teaching sorcery, taking some advantages of conducting that sorcery and spelling on people, and having some result from taking some result from them, and keeping people under their this supernatural power, some kind of that, and having their this worldly power or something, that they think that with their sorcery and witchcraft they can have good days and good supervision or superseding over people, and they can run their life very well. And so Allah is telling their story, and Allah is telling that they followed those Satan who were fabricating false stories, false things against the kingdom of Solomon, prophethood of Solomon, and also they relating these practices to two angels in Babel, and their name was Harut and Marut, while Allah is denied and Allah is purifying Suleiman and saying that Suleiman is so far from this kind of wrong doing and wrong practices, and he was a good servant to Allah, and he could not do because that is kufr, and he was a purified, but over that he was infallible prophet of Allah. So Allah taken him aside, and he was put aside as a purified and as a prophet that had been a good servant to Allah. And now the story has come to two angels, because they relate these practices to two angels in Babel. And this question, that what was the purpose of those two angels, they came to Babel to teach people sorcery and witchcraft. So Allah responded to this question that they came, that is a reality, but they were teaching people sorcery and witchcraft, and while teaching them they were emphasizing and telling them repeatedly that we are fitna, we are some kind of test for you, you are at trial, and this thing what is being done here as a teaching of sorcery is a trial, it is a test, so be careful. So do not use this sorcery in the wrong way, so that you will go to kufr, it will take you to kufr, and it will take you to disbelief if you use it on the wrong way and not as Allah has allowed. وَمَا يُعَلْمِهِ, from here we start. فَيَتَعَلَّمُونَ. So what people did, Allah sent them down to teach people those sorcery to defend themselves, because sorcery was there, some kind of sorcery was being practiced there. So people were in some kind of tribulation, in misery, facing these kind of things, and they did not know sorcery. So Allah sent two angels to teach some of those people sorcery, so they, in this way they can defend, they can counter that offense which was made by the opposite parties or those people who were doing that. So to defend themselves, Allah taught some people of Babel sorcery by the help of these two angels Allah had sent. And Allah said that we taught, using these two angels, sorcery to people, but we were emphasized and we told all people not to practice it in the wrong way. Be careful, this is fitna. And as everything is fitna, everything that we have, every ability that we have. If somebody asks, so no need to teach people sorcery and all those things which can be used in the wrong way. So everything is like that. If somebody have eyes, if somebody have mouth, if somebody have brain, all those things are like that. They are fitna, and they can be used in the wrong purpose, for wrong purpose, and also they can be used in the good purpose, and good goals are reached by brain, by the help of these tools that Allah have given us. So in this way, that is not a question that is some hard question. It is not a question that should be asked here, because everything is fitna, everything is have two sides, and at the flip point it can be used on the wrong way. If we have hand, they have they have been given us for the good purpose, for to help us, and that we can use them for our good goals, but also they can be used on the wrong side of that, so they are fitna. فَلَا تَكْفُرْ, they said to them, فَلَا تَكْفُرْ. So what people did, Allah said, فَيَتَعَلَّمُونَ مِنْهُمَا. People, as their nature is, as their weak nature, as they have inclination to the worldly superiority, to the worldly life, they learned not what they could use it in the benefitable way and in the way that it could benefit them, and they could use it to defend themselves and defend those who are offended by others. So what they did, فَيَتَعَلَّمُونَ مِنْهُمَا, these people were learning from them مَا يُفَرِّقُونَ بِهِ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَزَوْجِهِ, so they can use it to separate, to make enmity in between one and his companion, someone and his zawj. Most of the interpreter and the classical commentary giving meaning of man and his wife. That is very, we can say, is a very enclosed meaning, and that is not what Allah meant, because Allah said mar and zawj. It means that one and somebody who is his friend, somebody who is his near one, somebody who is second as a friend, as a wife, as a brother, as a father, as whatever the relation be in between two. There is a good relation, that is someone and his companion. Zawj means the second one. It has the meaning of that. Zawj means the second one, the one who is beside that. So there is one thing, and if there is another thing, that is zawj to that. If that thing is same as the first one in some conditions, some qualities, so it will be considered as zawj of that. Maybe two trees, this tree and this tree, they are zawj to each other. And maybe two chairs, maybe two people, maybe and these people can be anything. Means that a man, someone, man or women, and the one who is companion to him, who is someone that is with him. So this with him can be brother, can be father, can be friend, can be wife, can be even son, can be whatever. So they tried to scatter people from each other. That was the purpose of the thing. So Allah is giving that meaning, ma yufarriquna bihi bainal mar'i wa zawjihi. Wherever there were two people, they were together. Maybe two people in business, they were friends and they were partners in business and they were doing well and good. So somebody comes and he spells on them with some witchcraft and sorcery, and then they are now fighting each other and they are separated and their business is failed and they have taken big loss to everyone, and this kind of thing they were doing. So not only man and his wife. That is very limited meaning that if somebody want to take from this al-mar wa zawji. So that is not enough. Meaning is so vast and we should take it vast. So ma yufarrikuna, they could separate between, they could make a separation between one and his friend, one and his companion, whosoever it be. Here again a question comes. What? They could do this to separate between one and his companion? That is a big job, that is a big thing. If they are able to do this separation and they can cause this contradiction in between two people and if they can cause them to be enemy to each other, and they separate themselves and go far from each other and take steps to unfriendship. So this is a big thing that they are able in the kingdom of Allah, while Allah is the king of all and He is doing all things and He is managing all things and He has the power. So how it is possible that this small creature with some spell and some witchcraft, he can intervene in the kingdom of Allah and do things against the will of Allah? How is that possible? So this question when come, Allah is responding to them. At once Allah is responding and He's saying, وَمَا هُمْ بِزَارِينَ بِهِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. If they could give some if they could harm somebody, there was some harm with this action, with their spell and this practice of separation between two people. It was there, but all is done by the permission of Allah. As Allah has given that permission naturally to all the things. When somebody is cutting somebody's stopping or stomach and he's cutting his head or cutting his sources of income and all those things that are doing somebody, and whatever it is done here wrongly, all is done in the word of Allah, and while Allah is powerful to stop it, but Allah has given permission to everything that it should do its job. Everything is doing its job, but man is asked for his conduct, for his practices when it goes to the judgment day, and Allah will take the all those revenges and all those accountabilities will be set up, and everybody will be judged, and he will be given those compensations which he deserved that. فَيَتَعَلَّمُونَ مِنْهُ مَا يَفْرَقُونَ بِهِ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَزَوْجِهِ وَمَا هُمْ بِضَارِّينَ. Nobody can do any zarar, nobody can harm anyone, unless it is allowed. It means that it is permitted by Allah. Allah has given permission to everything to do its job. If something is doing its job, that is what Allah has set that job for that, and it is working that. None can do extra or less than what Allah has given power to that. Everything in Allah Qadar, as it is said in so many verses, that Allah have given abilities to everything, capabilities to everything, everyone and everybody. What is He doing? No, it is according to the abilities and capabilities that Allah have given them, and that giving of capability and ability, it is a permission. And sorcery and witchcraft also can harm somebody, can make troubles and problems for some people, but all is because of sorcery, and sorcery has its effects as other things have effects, and all these effects are because of capabilities of that thing and the qualities of that thing, and those qualities are given by Allah in the general giving of Allah that has given everything its abilities. So the result will be shown at the end in the judgment's day, and we will do and we will explain some other part of this verse in the next session, inshallah, and we will complete it in the next session, inshallah, with the help of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all.